Good morning, students. Let's continue with the same exercise 3.1 of the chapter integer. So today we are going to study absolute value of an integer. So what is absolute value of an integer? Absolute value of an integer is its numerical value. Regardless of its sign. Now, what does this mean when we say absolute value is the numerical value regardless of the sign? Means when we talk about integers, we have two signs, positive and negative. So when we find out absolute value of an integer, so how we represent absolute value, we draw this bar, which, and inside this, if I write any number, say if I write 24, then what we'll say, the absolute value of 24 is 24, because the numerical value of 24 is 24. Okay, now if I take minus 24, if I take minus 24, then the absolute value of minus 24 is also 24. So the numerical value of minus 24 is 24 only. That's why we write regardless of its sign. So we don't consider the sign here, we only consider the numerical, means number value. So the number here is 24, the number here is 24. So we only write the numerical value, which is 24. Let's take one more example. Suppose we have a number 80 minus 89. So minus 89 we'll write as 89. Absolute value of minus 89 is 89. Whereas absolute value of 89, which is already positive, will remain positive. Okay. So the number that we get in the absolute value is always positive. It is not negative. I hope absolute value is clear. And in general, how we write absolute value, that for any integer a, what we can say, for any integer a, answer is a. For any integer minus a, answer is also a. It remains a. It remains the number that we have. It does not take the sign that is there with the number. Now there are two cases or two types of questions that you will get when you will talk about absolute value. First case is when there is only one number inside the absolute value sign. Then what you have to do, and if there are more than one number inside the absolute value sign, then what you have to do. So let's take both the example. I am taking one question from your exercise, that is question number 11, and right now I am taking the last part, sixth part, in which So what is this question? This says absolute value of minus 19 subtract absolute value of 13. So from the absolute value of minus 19 we have to subtract 13. So now what we'll do, the first step when we solve any questions like this is to remove the absolute value sign so that we can solve it. So we will remove the absolute value sign. So how we can remove the absolute value sign? Since this is minus 19, so this number will become 19. This is minus 13, so this number will become 13. One very important thing is there is only one number inside the sign, so we can easily bring it out. And now what is the operation here? Operation here is minus. Okay, so we do not have to change anything in this operation. We have to only change the number that we have. So it was minus 19, so we have removed the absolute value sign and we have written 19. Minus 13, we have removed the absolute value sign and we have written 13. And the operation is minus, so we have written minus. Now let's subtract. So 19 minus 13 is 6, and that is the answer. Okay, this is the case when your absolute value, the number inside the absolute value sign is only 1. Now let's take one more case. That is the first part of the same question, question number 11. First part, it says 13 minus 5, and then we have the absolute value sign. So this says that there are two numbers inside the absolute value sign and you have to solve it. Okay, now in this case we have to do the opposite thing. You have to first solve the number, because there are two numbers inside this sign, so I cannot bring them out. It should be only one number inside this absolute value sign, then only you can bring it out. So the first thing that in this case we have to do is to solve it. So we will leave the absolute value sign as it is and we will solve this. So 13 minus 5 is 8. So we will solve it. It is coming 8. Now we have one number inside this absolute value sign that we can remove. So this 8 will remain 8. So the answer of it is 8. Okay. Now I hope this absolute value is clear to you. Now let's move to other questions. Along with this absolute value, you have, let's come to question number 10. Let's come to question number 10 first. It's a very easy and interesting question. Question number 10, first part says, how many integers are there between minus 15 and minus 7? So you have to write how many. So number of integers you have to write. How many integers are there between minus 15 and minus 7. So let's write how many integers are there between these two. Since they are saying between, so you don't have to consider these two numbers, you have to take between them. Okay, so minus 7. So what we have when we say minus 15 and we say 7, so what we have minus 14, yes, then minus 13, minus 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Then you will have 7 and here you will have 15. Since we are talking about in between, so we will not take these two numbers. So you have from minus 14 to minus 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 numbers are there between minus 15 and minus 7. 7 negative integers or 7 integers are there. 7 integers are there between minus 15 and 7. Yes. Similarly, in the same question, they are asking that how many whole numbers are there. So there is one negative integer given, one positive integer given. So obviously, when we say only whole numbers, we take numbers from 0. Yes. I hope this is clear to you. Now let's move to the next question, which says arrange in ascending or descending. Right now, what we were doing, we have taken two numbers, two integers, and we were comparing them. Yes, suppose we have written minus 8 and we have written minus 10, and then we were asking you to compare these two numbers, that which is greater, which is smaller. So yes, minus 8 and minus 10. So minus 8 is greater. We have written minus 9 and 9. Then we were doing that which number is greater, which is smaller. So positive number is greater than negative number. Yes, we have done all these things. Now we have to arrange in order. Means now we are comparing more than two numbers. Whenever we say arrange in any order, ascending or descending, this means actually what we are doing, we are actually comparing more than two numbers. So we have to actually arrange them in order. So let's take one question from your exercise only. I am taking question number 13 from your exercise, which says arrange in ascending order. So I am taking the second part. Minus 28, minus 33, 9, minus 4, minus 31, minus 2 and 35. Now you have to arrange in ascending order. In ascending. So what is ascending? Ascending means from smaller to bigger. Ascend means increasing. So from smaller to bigger. So to find out the smallest number here, I have to first remove or I am just marking a small tick to all the positive numbers. So I know that I don't have to right now take those positive numbers. So 9 is positive and 35 is positive. Yes. So right now you don't have to consider these two numbers. We will now see all the negative numbers and we will find out the smallest negative number. So in case of negative number, we say things get opposite. So if I see only the numbers 28, 33, 4, 31, 2. in this, actually if I see only the numerical value, then 33 is there, which is the bigger number, and a negative sign in front of it make it the smallest one. Yes, so minus 33 is the smallest number here. Okay, now after minus 33 we have minus 31. This is the smallest. After minus 31 we'll write minus 20. It's 28, so we'll write 28. Now it's minus 4 and minus 2 left, so we'll have minus 4 and then we have minus 2. Yes, this is what happens when we talk about negative numbers, that the smallest, the biggest number means if I take 33, it is the biggest number. If I take 2, then it is the smallest number. But the moment I put a negative sign in front of it, the bigger number, the biggest number becomes the smallest number, and the smallest number becomes the biggest number. So minus 33 out of this is the smallest here, since a negative sign is there. Then 31, then 28, then 4, and then 2. Yes, all these numbers are arranged now. Now we have arranged all the negative numbers. Let's now take the positive numbers, which we can simply write. Obviously 9 and 35. So 9 first and then 35. This we have arranged in ascending order. Now this is it for today. We'll finish exercise 3.1 with the help of these questions, and along with the exercise that you have to do a worksheet also. Instructions regarding it, where you have to do it and how you have to do it, is all is there in your instructions that we'll send along with this video. Do read them carefully and follow it. Thank you so much.